This is Justin J, and you're having lunch with Doug.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another great episode of Lunch with Doug. Today we're going to be talking with Justin J all about his new music that's going to be coming out, the stuff he's doing right now. It's going to be a fantastic time. He will be visiting with us in just a few moments. But before we get to that, I've got to tell you who makes this podcast possible. And they are these great people. Brickwall Bistro, located at 127 East Cherry Street in fantastic Nevada, Missouri. The Bells in the Second Edition Shop, 500 East Cherry Street, Nevada, Missouri. Harry Frog Graphics, 150 North Commercial Street, Nevada, Missouri. The Woodshed Music, 129 North Main Street, Nevada, Missouri. Andrew D. McNair at the Art Shop at 104 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. The Zone Nutrition at 14180 East Highway 54 in Nevada, Missouri, next to Mr. D's. And the J&R Home Store at 118 West Walnut, again, in Nevada, Missouri. Thank you for spending your lunchtime with me. For more than 25 years, the concept has been brewing. The underground music scene has finally went mainstream, and the Local Ear magazine is here to tell you all about the subculture surrounding it. New music, interviews, and reviews from upcoming local, regional, and indie bands, skateboarding punks, the BMX scene, vinyl lovers, video game talks, scene kids, open mic night comedy circuit, subculture fashion, and so much more. It's all packed into the newest in-print subscription-based magazine, Local Ear. Learn more and join the underground subculture today at www.localearmagazine.com. Okay, we've got a lot to talk about.
Right on. Are we live?
Well, yeah, we're live. 10,000 people are listening to right now. Justin J Music Co. When's the new song coming out? That's what we all want to know.
Well, we got more than just a new song. We've got 10 original songs getting ready to drop May 20th. Justin J Music Co. label is putting out an album called Hard Way of Living. It's a we compiled 10 original songs for this album. I'm also featuring a female vocalist on a song, and she sang with me on two others. And her name is Abby Hollinger. Look at her up too. You can find her on Facebook. Abby Hollinger Music. She's 18, getting ready to turn 19, and she is a talent. And I'll tell you, she can sing. She's better than me. But
nobody's better than you, Justin J.
Hey, we all have our own lanes, right? So
yeah, everybody's got their own little style, and there's a uniqueness that you need all types, really, I think.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Oh, I do. And with the album, you need multiple different writers, you know.
Yeah.
And with this album, I got Jesse sitting here with me, and Jesse Phillips is obviously my girlfriend, and everybody knows that. And she's also a hell of a songwriter too. And me, Jesse, Russell Hughes, huge, amazing writer himself, and Abby Hollinger as well, and Jack Garut. That's the writers of the album, and myself, you know. So a lot of these songs, a couple songs I had like, halfway, and I was like, hey, Russell, you want to throw a verse on this? Jesse, you want to throw a verse on this? And everybody had their own inputs on all these things. And I can't wait to get it out there. It's available for pre-sale May 6th. I really don't understand the whole pre-sale thing, why that is, but that's part of the setup for the release. And that's the way it is. We're constantly putting up new music teasers on our Facebook page, Justin J Music Co. We're on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And I think that's it. And then, obviously it's going to be on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, all the major ones.
Everywhere music can be found. I'm excited. I really am. And I've been following your musical journey for a while. And can you get us just give us you don't have to tell the whole story, but the background of how you kind of got together and you got in the studio and you kind of just you went from doing solo gigs to you and a guitar basically, or you and a duo, and now you've got a full bunch of group of people and talented musicians, like a roster you're working with, and it just amazes me how you've put this together in such a short time, really.
I mean, it's been 5 years is my journey into music, and a lot of those were learning years. I'm still learning, and you know, the best way I can put it is when I go to play golf or football, sports, or whatever, I want to play with with better players, and I want to play people that will push me. And music has kind of been the same thing. And um, with to answer kind of your question is how did I get all this put together? If that was is that the original question?
Yeah, I guess I was looking. I know you've been doing it longer than there was, like you said, you've been 5 years into it. But I think I'm talking like right about pre-COVID. You were kind of solo by yourself, and you went from like pre-COVID era to I've got recordings ready to release in May in like a 2 year window. There, that to me that's pretty fast, really.
Well,
You know?
well, obviously the single that we put out, Cass County Line, we did that, and then I did switch lanes, and I kind of I went to a solo situation. Um, Basically, I was on a hunt for musicians. I wanted to kind of networking, trying to find the people that were like-minded, like myself, and I could work with, and I wanted to work with. And I what I found was Kansas City has a huge a huge networking group of musicians that I really was learning about. And long story short, I went to Knuckleheads to their open jam, and I was hitting a lot of open jams, and that's kind of how I met you. Well, the old band I was in, we kind of did some stuff with you guys before, and then um,
Mhm.
I went down to the open jams down in where was that, Nevada?
Yeah, yeah. We had
Nevada.
one for a while, and then COVID pretty much, yeah, killed that. But we did right there at the start before
Well,
COVID got
I
crazy.
I want to throw a shout out to you and Dave Byerly. I mean, you guys kind of you bridged the gap for me, and you kept the music going. You gave me some place to get down to on a Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, whatever that days was. We were going down there. We were having fun. It kept it going for me, and that's just really a part of what this musical journey for me is. It's something that just keeps going, and by keep going, and I'm a writer, so that's it. All kind of stems back from the original music side for me. The band I was playing in, we were playing cover songs, and those were fun, but I really wasn't having fun, playing somebody else's songs. I want to write. And so I decided to write an album. It wasn't really me that made that decision. It was Jesse and Russell, these people that kept coming around and hanging around, kept the music going, kept it coming out of me. And we were collaborating and having a blast with it. And I just pulled the trigger and said, you know what? I'm going to go find the best musicians I can in Kansas City. And I went to Knuckleheads, and I tell you, Jack Garut, Brandon Hutzpeth, Adam Hagerman, and Danny Spalding came into the studio. We had Dave Byerly came up to the studio one time, and I had multiple different singers come in and lay down some tracks and try to see if we could make things work. We put about 60 to 80, I don't know, 60 hours into the studio. And a lot of that was collaborating and writing while we were in the studio. We kind of went old school with it and
Yeah.
did it the way it wasn't the most cost effective way to do it, but you know what? I think we got something raw out of it.
You got something great. What I heard on your little teasers on I think I saw them on TikTok. Fantastic, Justin. I mean, I thought you were good before, but then when I heard it all come together, I heard the songs. Some artists you hear they go and they're out there singing their songs and at open mics or whatever with their guitar, and then they go in the studio and then it comes out and the song's completely different. Okay, now I'm not saying some things kind of changed a little bit when you went in the studio, but what happened when what I heard came out, it came out and that song was the same song, but it was great. You know what I mean? It took it to where it was supposed to be. That's
Right.
what I felt about. I really felt like you hit the nail on the head, and I was like, this is really good. I'm really impressed. I'm not just saying that because we're on the podcast. I'm really impressed with the teasers. It's really good. You've really
Thank,
done the right thing.
and well, I mean, I appreciate that, Doug. I mean, I really do. I mean, and that's the things that everything's a building moment, and you're constantly learning, and you're kind of trying to find your lane and where these things fit in place, and um, it all came together in the studio. Everything that I have learned along the way in the last 5 years, I picked. My mom passed away Christmas morning, 2016. 3 weeks later, I picked up a guitar and I started this journey. Made a commitment to myself. Made a commitment to learn the guitar and figure this out. And I learned I could sing. I could learn. I could play. I learned I could write. And then I just kept building off those moments, and it all came together in the studio. I had to put myself through the ringer. I had to put my balls out there on the table, so to speak, and be like, and I, what I learned? I learned I wasn't as good as I thought I was vocally, and I had to. I went and put myself through vocal training, and like Jody Reinhardt out in Kansas, affiliated with the studio I was working with. They helped me, and it took some. I had to get better to match the level of musicianships that was coming out of that studio on our songs. And so I've learned a lot, and I am excited about the album. I really and truly am excited about it. I can't wait for people to hear the whole thing. And that's a blessing, man. It's just, I feel blessed. And like Jesse said, that was our goal, was to make it sound authentic, like you'd hear it live. We went and played at Jerry's Bake Shop on a Thursday on St. Patrick's Day, and you would have thought I brought a crowd whenever we got done playing maybe Alabama, and people were singing along and dancing, and that was, I'm gonna have those moments are only gonna get better and bigger, so.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's important.
It has a good feel. That feel, like when I heard it, I was like, yeah, this is gonna work really well. It makes you want to dance. It has relatable choruses and stuff, and great tones. Everything, the instrumentation is just fantastic. It's just, I was just blown away. I really was. I mean, I heard like I said, I heard you let me listen to some takes and things on the way, and I was hearing it the whole way. But man, when that teaser came together, I was like, yep, he's got it. It's there. Nice. I was real impressed.
Well, thank you, man. Like I said, it's a culmination of a lot of different things. The one thing, and I'm not done building things with music. So I started a label, Justin J Music Co., and we're looking for talent. We're looking for musicians. We're looking for all kinds of things. I've got a band that I want to create, and I've got a lot of places to go play. And but the one thing I'm most prized about is, I've got a studio band called Levittown. They will come and they'll come down and they'll jam with me in the studio as much as I want, and that is gold. If you ask me, that's gold in a bucket. I just got to go pick it up if I want it. However, they're their own band, and so I'm building a band. I'm interviewing drummers, lead guitar players, bass players. That's what I've been doing the last 3 weeks, is interviewing people getting ready to build a band to take out on the road.
Yep. The tour band, the studio band. Yes. Yeah. I think you're doing everything just right. I couldn't point you in a better direction than you're already going, So it's great. It's fantastic. Hey, I just want to ask you, you mentioned Adam Hagerman.
Yeah.
Okay. Your studio drummer, right?
Yeah.
Now, wasn't Adam
drummer for Nick Schneblin? If you haven't heard Nick Schneblin, gotta.
Yeah, I know that name, but didn't he also play for a band that won a national competition a few years ago? And the name of the band escapes me, but I believe they won the national competition for I believe it was the Country Colgate Showdown. They ended up in the finals in Nashville. I believe Hagerman was that drummer for those guys.
I mean, it would be speculation on me to say.
I mean, there could be another Adam Hagerman that plays drums, but I believe it's probably the same fella.
Something about Leanne Rhymes. I think pre-COVID he was doing some things. I think they were on tour or on a road. They were out on the
Yeah,
road.
they
Because,
played all
like,
over. Yeah.
the stars aligned for us whenever COVID hit. I was just getting ready to go into the studio, and they were shutting everything down, so they had the time, and we were able to develop a friendship. You know, me and them guys, and I felt like, I don't know. I just, when I brought them in there, I let them be themselves, and I wasn't like, I wasn't saying, nope, you're not playing that right. No, no, no. I wanted to find the best musicians and let them shine, and them guys can shine. They're really good.
I used to know this guy that was a songwriter, and that he would say that very instant was when he said, "The whole you just let the horses run." That's what he called that. And I was like, "Yeah, exactly."
If you hire a band, you got to let them play.
Yeah,
Like,
you hired them for who they are, not for yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Well, man, this is just all fantastic. So we're gonna be talking again and again. I'm gonna be following up with you again and stuff. But I just wanted to get you on the show tonight because I was doing this thing. I was recording some stuff for the show, and I knew we talked, and I was like, this will be a thing.
Hey,
But
I do want to mention one thing while I got you.
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
If we got time.
No, we got time. That's why I wanted you to mention some of your release and all that again
So
too.
we're
Before you
getting
go.
ready. The next teaser you guys are going to be getting ready to see is a song called 18 Wheels. Now, this is a special song for me. This is a song I think I just, I wrote this song and I played it down in Nevada for the first time. I played it down in Nevada, and Dave Byerly walked in. He sat down and he was just standing there watching me sing this song. And I think the first time I met him, actually. And he goes, "My dad was a trucker." He goes, "I love that song." And I was like,
Yeah.
"No, me too." And turns out that the trucking industry really loves that song too. And I sent it out to an organization that I chose. I'm going to donate portions of my downloads to this song to a charity called truckersfinalmile.org. And this is going to be something that I think we should talk about in the future. I don't want to get really deep into it,
Sure,
but
yeah.
this is this is going to this could help the trucking industry by people downloading this song and giving money to, if when you guys find out what these people do for truckers, you're going to be amazed. You're going to be blown away. And
Yeah.
we did a full video documentary with this guy, and they drove from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Kansas City on last Saturday. We had a meeting that lasted about 6 hours, and it it's touching. It's just heart wrenching, and I can't wait to talk more about it. So
Nice.
yeah,
That'll be fantastic. You got a good cause there, and the way things have been, I'm certain that yeah, supporting truckers right now is just the right thing to do, really.
it's just the timing. The stars
Yeah.
align, and I think we can make some changes and help people and get some awareness out there. And anyway, but that I did want to mention that to you. I don't know if I got to tell you that, but we finalized our meeting, and we all they're gonna get behind this song, and they're gonna do some really cool things with it. I'm gonna let them do their own little video, and I'm doing a video for them, and we're going to be working together with resources from here to Albuquerque, all the way to from Alabama up to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I mean, they do these shows all around the country, and might be where we end up going.
Sure, yeah, you just play the shows. Exactly.
Yeah,
That sounds fantastic, man. Sounds fantastic.
yeah. So,
You were definitely doing the right stuff, man.
well, when I first started getting into this, an old buddy of mine, this was about 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago. He comes over and he goes, music is about 10% of it. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, but when I look back on that conversation, he was dead right. You have to be good at multiple different things to be out in front on the public eye. And when you put something out here like this, you got to be good at multiple different tasks or have a great team of people beside you. And I got both. So, sky's the limit.
The sky is the limit. Tell us again one more time when the new stuff is coming out. When
May
the single.
May 20th, it's going to be available, ready for download. And we've got physical CDs coming and all kinds of cool things to come.
Sounds fantastic. And what's your main website? You got a regular website you want to plug real fast?
Let's see. We could probably plug the Facebook page. I would say Justin J Music Co. on Facebook. We're on TikTok, Instagram. I don't personally have the Instagram, and I also want to plug that I got a company out in Colorado that we brought on also called highspeed.media, and they are handling all of my online presence, and they're really helping put things together so it looks a lot better. And it's I'm
Sure.
a songwriter, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself. I set this whole thing up all by myself, so this little interview thing with you were very helpful with that.
Yeah. You're amazing, dude. You amaze me. I love it. We're going to be hearing a lot more from you. I know it.
Absolutely, man. Doug, I always love talking with you, man.
Yeah, you too. Well, we'll talk again soon. Stay in touch. Message the show anytime you got news. You know how to do it now. We got it all set up there.
Yeah, and if I don't reach out to you, man, seriously reach out to me. I want to plug you too.
You know I will. You know I will.
You've answered a lot of questions along this way. You do know my journey, dude, and I appreciate you saying all those kind words.
Yeah, well, that's what I like to do. I like to follow people's musical journeys, and it's interesting to me. It's fun to watch people, and especially when they're succeeding, it's just a good feeling.
And hey, I got plans December to go back into the studio. So
Christmas time release, maybe.
No, we're gonna get in and record it, and we'll have, maybe by spring.
Sure, yeah. All right, man. We'll stay in touch, and thanks again for being on the show, bud.
Thanks, Doug.
Well, that's going to wrap up this episode of Lunch with Doug. I'm your host again, Dangerous Doug Harper. Thank you for spending your lunchtime with me. This podcast made possible from the Brick Wall Bistro at 127 East Cherry Street, Nevada, Missouri. The Bells and the Second Edition shop at 500 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. Harry Frog Graphics, 150 North Commercial in Nevada, Missouri. The Woodshed Music at 129 North Main in Nevada, Missouri. Andrew D. McNair at the Art Shop, 104 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri, or AndrewDMcNair.com. Zone Nutrition, 14180 East US Highway 54, next to Mr. D's in Nevada, Missouri, and the J&R Home Store at 118 West Walnut in fantastic Nevada, Missouri. Lunch with Doug is a production produced by Doug Harper Promotions and the Music Exerbia Project. Visit our website at www.lunchwithdoug.com.